Phoenix Suns have acquired the talents of my man right there, Bradley Beal. Of course, they don't need his particular skills, but that didn't stop them from making the deal anyway.
Oh,
Bradley Beal is now just another shooting guard that the Phoenix Suns happen to have. Plays a little point, can play a little small, but he is a generational scorer on a team that's already got 2 generational scorers. Washington clearly trying to enter the Lithuanian sweepstakes for next year and have all but given up on next year's NBA season. Tim Hardaway, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to tell you this. Bradley Beal been trying to – he wanted to get traded for about 2 or 3 years.
Right.
He just didn't say anything. So now the situation came up where he can go to a team where he wants to go to in the Phoenix Suns or the Miami Heat. And he waived his trade clause.
Right.
And he's going to the Phoenix Suns now, which is good for him. It's which good for Washington because I think they both need to be separated from each other. I don't think that Washington was going to go any further. But he's a two-way player. He come out, he play defense, he play offense, he play point guard.
He does not play any defense.
Yes, he does. He plays point guard. Yes, he does.
Two-way guard.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. With you, don't nobody play defense.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. You know, this guy, he's a superstar. He plays defense. He plays good offense. He runs the team. He can play point guard. So they got 2 guys that can play point guard and off guard, and him and Booker. So, but the bad thing is they still need a bench.
They don't have
They still don't have a bench.
They got 4 dudes under contract.
They got 3 guys that can score 80.
Right.
But you don't have nothing else.
Which is why they're not winning NBA title with this. The other part of the trade, of course, Plax, is that Chris Paul, for the moment, goes to Washington. That's going to be a very quick see you later, Chris Paul. A lot of people think he goes to the Clippers, but Washington is obviously not going to keep Chris Paul on the roster. They can let him go right away. They will most likely trade him for expiring contracts, and basically the we don't care about basketball this year program is underway.
You really hate to see Chris Paul kind of go out like this. I think everybody was just saying that, he didn't add any more value to the Phoenix Suns. That was one of the reasons why they let him go. But acquiring Bradley Beal, let's just say Matt Ishbia attended a real basketball institution in Michigan State.
Yeah, let's just stop for a second.
I just saw
You're
him.
friends with Matt Ishbia.
We all went to the Kansas State game the last time I seen him. And he doesn't care about the luxury tax. Just say that.
Okay.
But
now.
Adding Bradley Beal, man, I think it makes him the best team in the West. I really do, over Denver, because Bradley Beal can play all 3 positions: point guard,
it's so funny
guard,
that
and
is
power, and small forward. So he adds a different dynamic to that.
That's if he stay healthy too.
Yeah,
That's
which he is not in 2 years.
Right.
Obviously, 3 years ago when he was last healthy, he averaged 30 points a game. He hasn't been healthy for the last couple of years, but we will break down why Plax is wrong and why, of course, Timmy is wrong in regards to what this means to the Phoenix Suns.
No.
What are you looking at me crazy?
No. I'm saying he's a two-way player. I didn't say that he was
doesn't play defense.
I say he's a two-way player. I didn't say that they was going to win or they're going to be the favorites to win the NBA championship. I never said that.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I said the West.
The West, the NBA championship, I think they still have a long way to go. They don't have a bench, and they don't have people to complement them just yet. So they still got a long way to go. You got 3 guys.
Yeah.
That's all right now on paper. But, I mean, they still got to get a team.
Right now,
I think Matt Ishbia knows what he's doing.
I didn't say he didn't know what he's doing. And he got a guy that's really, really helping him in Isaiah Thomas, the great Isaiah Thomas. And then he has Josh Bartlestein, one of the guys that is up and coming in the front office.
He's the CEO.
He's CEO up and coming, though, in front office, that's making his stamp on what he wants to do.
Now, I have to say this. It should be pointed out that yesterday was Father's Day.
Come on,
And
man.
part of this story that has to be told, as much as you don't want to tell it, is that the agent for Bradley Beal, what's his name, Timmy?
Mark.
All right, we'll just leave it.
His name is Mark Bartlestein.
Mark Bartlestein.
His same age as my son.
All right, your son has the same age.
Yeah.
Here's the part that no one else is talking about. Yesterday was Father's Day, right? So Mark Bartlestein's son happens to be the CEO of what franchise?
Phoenix Suns.
Oh, the Phoenix Suns. Wait a minute.
Didn't know that.
Oh, didn't know that. that.
Wait.
Oh, Dad, I've got the best Father's Day gift.
Right. But we never said anything about Kevin McHale giving up Kevin Garnett to Boston.
We just didn't have this show at the time it happened. Yeah, but yeah, you're damn right we did.
Yeah, okay.
So we can talk about it day and night, and this is a father and a son getting together at a family barbecue yesterday saying, gosh, I really want to do right by Bradley Beal. What a great kid he is. He's only 29. He's got the big extension, $200 million plus. He has a no-trade clause. Where do you think he might fit? Well, Dad, here's my gift to you. What's up?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. It goes down like that.
Yeah, of course it does.
It's almost like Derek Jeter giving Jill Stanton to the Yankees from the Marlins.
Exactly.
Because he was the GM of.
Exactly.
Yes, it has happened.
Right.
You know, I would rather see him win with the Yankees than my own team.
Right, that's what Jeter kind of said down in Florida.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they have not won a World Series since they acquired Ja Carton.
Don't get cold
and he's
wrong.
batting
He's a
115 since he came back off the injured list. Listen, it does change, obviously, the pecking order a bit. But as you pointed out, one of the key parts of this, and you can't overstate it, is that they've got, I think, 5, maybe 6 guys total right now under contract.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people now talking about how the Phoenix Suns need to kind of follow what Miami Heat, what they just did blueprint-wise, which is you have 3 or 4 really good players, and then you fill with guys who maybe might be undrafted guys, veteran guys, guys with a chip on their shoulder because, you know, the minimum for veterans is $3 million. So you now have to convince guys, maybe guys in their low 30s who are towards the end of their playing career, hey, look, I can't pay you what you're probably worth, 8, 9, 10 million bucks, but I can give you a chance to win a title. Yeah. That's the only allure now for Phoenix to try to get some veterans to come there.
We're in a great city. We're in a great city.
Yeah.
All right. You got 3 superstars on your team.
And DeAndre Ayton.
right now.
Right.
Right now, because I think that he might be moved.
Okay.
And then you just got to build. You know, I think you can get some people. I think you get some free agents that are really good to come to your team. That team
role players. So
I think what the Miami Heat have done over the years takes time because some of those guys they brought them onto the team and they watched them grow. I think the Miami Heat kind of took a page out of what the Pittsburgh Steelers doing and New England Patriots as far as scouting. And one of the reasons why I believe the Miami Heat are so good at scouting because Eric Spoelstra, who was the head coach, he was in the camera room.
Right, the
basically
video.
doing all the scouting and basically knowing the kind of guys that he wanted to have on his team.
Well, we got lots more coming up, including where this puts the Phoenix Suns in the landscape of the Western Conference coming up in just a bit. But headline number 2, the NBA's not stupid. You want to hide a story? You release it about 5:30 on a Friday. Especially going into a holiday weekend.
Right.
Father's Day yesterday, but 25 games as of right now. The Players Union, of course, has the right to appeal that, and they can just, kind of barter back and forth, and eventually, if they have to, go in front of an arbitrator for it. But 25 games, a significant suspension, and as Adam Silver said, this is more about off the court than anything on the court. We want to make sure Ja Morant's in a good place, is surrounded by good people. There's a reason this wasn't a larger suspension, because they'd never win if it came down to an arbitrator deciding what's right, because you get down to were laws broken, they weren't, and things of that nature. My gut is that there's an agreement between 15 and 20 when it's all said and done, and they reduce it a little bit. But I think it's very clear the message has been sent. We are concerned about you. Right. We know how good a ball player you are. We are truly concerned about you. Now, you can't pay lip service to that. Just suspending him doesn't get him help
at all.
So I would think part of the suspension is also going to be finding a veteran, as you've talked about in the show a lot, whether it's a retired guy or a guy late in his career like a Haslam in Miami, like a Mike Conley you spoke about, to be there, to just be a big brother, right?
Yeah. Right. I think that I don't know, if it was fair of 25, 20 games, 30 games, whatever, but I don't know this. He is going to miss that Big Max. Now,
it's going to cost him over $50 million.
It's going to cost him over $50 million. And I think that's what the NBA one to make him understand. It's not just the 25 games. It's the 25 games, and you're not going to be able to play the 65 game minimum.
Right.
And then you're not going to be first team, second team, third team, all NBA, no MVP, no All-Star. So it goes back to when he missed the 8 games. They said, look, he can't be on any 1, 2, 3 teams either. So he gonna miss that cash, that cash too. So it's a lot of things that's concerning. But the main thing is getting him help. That's the main thing. I was talking to a friend of mine, Arnie Duncan, former United States Secretary of Education for the Obama administration. He told me to learn and heal.
Wow. Gee, wow.
He should spend real time with those who have been victims of gun violence themselves or who have lost loved ones to gun violence. And that, I think, his glorification of guns will fade away quickly. Right. And when I was talking to him about that, I said, I'm going to use that, if you don't mind, on the Carton Show, because he is right. He needs to go and visit the victims of gun violence and talk to them so they can make him understand the glorification is not what you think it is.
Right.
This is something real serious, and we are victims of it, and we are trying to stop gun violence in America. So this is much more than the money, much more than the games. It's about getting them help, and I hope he goes to counseling and get the help that he needs and come back right.
You want to jump into that?
You know what? I really thought his suspension was going to be worse. I thought it was going to be after the All-Star break, 41 games or whatever the case may be. Some people were even pushing for him to be suspended for the whole season.
Right.
So I think he got lucky with the 25 games, but that's a lot of bread we're talking.
Yeah.
$50 million, not being able to get that max contract, everything that he's been working hard for. Supermax.
Yeah, it's over $50 million.
I think moving forward, he understands the severity of his actions and what he's done and the people that he's hurt. Me going through a similar, not a similar situation, there are a lot of people that help you get to where you got to.
Sure.
And, a lot of people are let down and hurt seeing him doing what he's doing to himself. So I believe he'll learn from this and understand what road he's going down and what picture he's painting for himself publicly, and I believe he'll grow from it.
Yeah, you also, as we've all experienced in our lives, you'll know real quick who your friends are, who your real friends are. Because when you get in trouble, especially publicly, a lot of people you thought they were in your corner, suddenly the gravy train's over, they are no longer in that corner. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.